Alrighty, you guys, Season 2 of Scream is here, and I just want to let you guys know there will be a spoiler section in this review, but that will be towards the end, and don't worry, I'll forewarn you, so if you haven't seen the show, you certainly are safe here. In Season 2 of Scream, we pick up months after the events of the first season, and we see that Emma went away to get help, but of course, the moment she comes back, someone new has put on the mask and is now killing her friends once again. And not only do we have to find out who did it, but why they're doing it. Now look, I've had mixed feelings of Season 1. There were elements that I really liked, and there were also elements that just drove me up a wall. But for the most part, I found it a really entertaining show, and I definitely had plans on coming back for Season 2. And I have to say, I'm glad I did, because Season 2 is by far a major improvement over Season 1. They definitely fixed a lot of the wrongs that I had in Season 1. They do create some new ones, but for the most part, I did find Season 2 of Scream very entertaining and definitely worth a watch. Hands down, my favorite element of this show is the mystery, is the story that they have. The main story I find very entertaining, and the whodunit and uncovering all the clues. Also, I had a lot of issues with the subplots in Season 1. The subplots in this are far more condensed and far more entertaining, and do tie into the main plot. Now, while in my humble opinion, I do feel like the show still has too many characters, I did like the fact that some of my personal favorite characters did come front and center and get some really cool character arcs. Particularly Brooke. I found Brooke to be an awesome character in this season, and I liked her arc. Now, unfortunately, though, there is a little bit of a repetition going on. I did feel like a lot of the characters were repeating the same sort of scenes, scenarios, and emotional moments that we've seen happen not only in Season 1, but in this season again. So at times, it did feel like they were just spinning their wheels and dragging it along. There was definitely, I felt like the middle section of this show was definitely the weakest, with episodes 8 and 9 by far being some of the worst episodes Scream has ever given us. But I have to say, episode 10 is probably my favorite. It's this episode where Noah finds himself in a situation and their friends have to go find him. That was actually really well done and tense, and I thought they did some really cool artistic stuff with it that I thought was really well done. Okay, spoiler section. Here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna put the word spoilers on the screen, so if you don't want to be spoiled, mute it, and when the word spoilers go away, you can unmute it, and I will give you guys my final thoughts and scores then. So let's talk spoilers. Okay, so we found out that Karen was the killer all along, which in my opinion, he was actually one of my suspects of being the killer in the first season. Obviously, it ended up being Piper, and I think something that this show did really well was making everyone a suspect in Season 2, and I thought they really utilized that really well. So when Karen was the killer, I wasn't completely unshocked by it, because it definitely explained a lot of the idiotic, situations that happened with his character, because his character felt extremely useless and repetitive, and he did a lot of the same crap over and over and over again. Granted, we now know why, because he was a killer, but but beforehand, it just felt like the writers had no idea what they were doing. But for the most part, I thought his reveal was really cool, because it also played a lot of homages to the first film, and I thought that that was super cool. Also, I thought his sequence in the prison was really cool, when he gets a call, and he's like, "Who told you could wear my mask?" I like to believe it's Emma's father, and my reasoning behind that is because his character comes in and leaves, and comes in and leaves. He's a completely useless character, in my opinion. I think by having it be Emma's father could add a lot more weight to the Brendan James story than just having Brendan James come back. And also, in my humble opinion, I feel like if they were to make a Season 3, I think that should be it. No more seasons after Season 3. And I honestly feel like the Halloween special that's actually scheduled to come out later this year might honestly be the series finale, due to the fact the ratings for the show very well plummeted. Overall, Season 2 of Scream is indeed an improvement over Season 1, and does offer some cool character arcs for some cool, interesting characters like Brooke, and some cool kills, and the villain was also kinda cool, even though there are a few hiccups with some characters failing to impress, and of course a couple of hard cliches that are a bit annoying. The show overall is certainly worth a watch, and as a score, I would give Season 2 of Scream a 3 out of 5. So you guys, did you see Season 2 of Scream? Let me know in the comment section below, please. Don't post spoilers, just let me know if you liked it or not, and if you want a third season. And until next time, I'm the Slash Movie Reviewer, and you guys have just been slashed.